Hello there. Today I'm going to show you how to join a computer to an Active Directory domain. So let me log into the domain controller. There's one thing that's a little different about joining a computer to a domain than joining a person to a domain, is that you can quite easily uh, join the computer domain without ever logging into the server, but it's still recommended to create the computer account before you wind up joining it to the domain. So let me click on Active Directory users and computers. The reason why it's important is because if you join a computer to the domain, it's going to go into the wrong container in Active Directory. If you do, it's going to wind up by default going into the computers, but you may want it to go into a different machine, such as into a different container, such as this organizational unit. The difference is you can see the little folder here has a little icon on it. The computers does not. The difference is that I can have a group policy on this organizational unit, whereas this container will not have the option to put a group policy on it. But and if you're not using group policy, then why are you using Active Directory, honestly? So let me right click, and I'm going to make a new computer, and the computer name is going to be Windows 7. Okay. Ah, it's already in use. Let's try Win 7. That'll work. Alright, so I've got a computer here. Let me look at its properties. There are several tabs here that I can configure, such as member of a particular group. Yes, computers can go into groups. Dial in, whether or not it's allowed to VPN in. Who manages the machine. This is not who manages it in Active Directory. It's generally who actually works at this machine, who's uses this machine on a frequent basis. Its location, and I can delegate control to this computer, but I don't want to do that either. I just want to join it to the domain. So let me go over here, and I think its name actually is Windows 7. Let's see, my computer, properties, advanced system settings, computer name, Win 7. Yeah. So on a Windows XP machine, you can just click and then right click my computer and go to properties, and it'll lead you to this screen. So its name is Win 7, and you can see it's currently part of a work group. So what I'm going to do is click change, and the domain, and the domain is my.domain, and it wants a username and password, which my domain administrator is technological, and put in the password, and it should authenticate. There we go. It's going to want to reboot. Yes. And now when I come back over here to Active Directory users and computers, continue, click OK there and close there, and then restart. It'll want to restart. So I can see Windows 7, Win 7, and the operating system is version 6.1, Windows 7 Ultimate. So it populated some of those fields. But that's the main reason why you want to create a computer account, is so that you can have group policy over it. The machine's rebooting, so I'm going to pause the video here and we'll pick it up here in a minute. Okay, so it's rebooted and we're back to the login screen, so let me click on it, Control-Alt-Delete, and It's wanting to log in locally. You can tell by Win7 is the name of the machine and Techno is the user. But I want to switch user and other user. And I want to log on to the domain. The name of my domain is my.domain. But I can just get by with my and then slash and then the username. Technological and the password. And it will allow me to log into the domain. And you can see it's preparing my desktop because it's the first time I've logged into the machine. So this will take a minute. Okay, so now we're here at the desktop. I paused the video to show you that. And you can see it's got Technological, which is the person I logged into on the domain. Another interesting thing about it is if I look at people that I have, I can take a person such as Stavro or Rob McKenna, and I can actually limit which computers he's allowed to log on to. So I can do following computers and Win7. So now Rob's only allowed to log on to Win7. Okay, apply. Okay. So that's a cool trick. Anyway, hopefully this has taught you something about the video. And, you know, you'll get to play with the server more for it. So, you should try this on your own Server 2008 and Windows 7 machine. Thank you for watching.